one chance. You may have one chance, and I may have one chance to either build a life or to destroy a life. Do you know that there was a man who had a hat like mine? Well, almost like mine. Long coat and a beard. And he wasn't a Rav, he wasn't a Rebbe. He was a king. No, not me, this person. He was the king of Poland. Not for a very long time. Actually, he was only king of Poland for one day. Now, how did that come to be, that he was king of Poland for one day? Reb Shaul Veil was a very close advisor to the king. The king passed away. His nephew was the heir to the throne, but his nephew was on a hunting expedition. And his nephew wouldn't get back. They sent a pigeon to let him know, hurry, come back, assume the throne. The crown is waiting for you. But it would take him more than a day to get back. And according to the Polish constitution, the sun was not allowed to set on Poland without a king in the throne. We need a king for one day. All the ministers said, I volunteer, I volunteer, I volunteer. There was only one problem. The prime minister said, I know you're all ready to volunteer. I'm scared you won't be so quick to volunteer to get off the throne tomorrow morning. And a terrible argument ensued. What would they do? Until someone had an idea. Wait! Wait! I know. Who should have this job to be king for a day? And they all looked at him. Yeah, who? Reb Shaul. Reb Shaul Veil, the king's advisor. Are you out of your mind? A Jew, an Orthodox Jew, with a beard? He should be king of Poland for a day? Yes. Don't you understand? It's inconceivable that he should remain king of Poland for longer than that. He knows that. Ah. So if we make Reb Shaul king, we satisfy the constitution that there is a king overnight. And we know for sure that he's going to leave tomorrow morning. Excellent. So they went to Reb Shaul and they said, how would you like to be king just for tonight? Reb Shaul's son and his family said, Father, don't do it. Don't do it. What do you need this for? Reb Shaul thought for a few moments and he said, I accept. Why? I accept. He walked in, there was a ceremony. They put the crown on his head, he tucked in his payas, he put on the royal long robe, and he had his golden stick, and he sat there. And as soon as he became king, he said, I hereby annul the law that there's a special Jew tax, a tax that only Jews have to pay. Jews now have to pay the same taxes that everyone else does. Of course, we will enforce that. That's their obligation, like any other citizen. But there was a special tax only for Jews on top of the regular tax. I annul that. All the other ministers said, but, and the rule that Jews aren't allowed to own land, I annul that law. From now on, Jews are allowed to own land. But, and all those that were forcibly thrown into prisons because you could just imagine what Rav Shaul was doing the entire night, and there was nothing they can do because he was king. The next morning, a tired Rav Shaul got up from the throne as the new king came. And he gracefully handed over the crown to him. It's all yours. Shaul, I must talk to you. I'm the new king. I'm scared. I'm frightened. Don't worry. You'll be just fine. Shaul, you will be my advisor, won't you? The same way you were loyal to my uncle. Of course I will. I'll stay with you. Don't worry. Shaul, what should be my first order of business? Your first order of business? Maybe something somewhat unpleasant. What is it? What do I have to do? Your Majesty, I hope you have a long and blissful and wonderful life. You must appoint an heir to the throne. Ah, you're right. Who should I appoint? But I have no sons. I have only one daughter, the princess. Marry you off to a son-in-law that is worthy of the throne. Excellent. Son-in-law that is worthy of the throne. Rav Shaul has a son, Menachem. He's tall, dark, handsome, smart. And he has royal blood in his veins. After all, his father was king, even though he was only king for one night. I believe I'm going to give him the offer. There's only one small little catch. He'll have to renege on his Judaism and accept a different religion. But listen, to marry the princess and become next in line to become king, I cannot believe that any human being in the world is going to say no. Make sure that no one finds out about this, though. Well, he only told one minister, who only told another minister, who only told a different minister. You know, there was a great tzaddik, Rav Hutner, Zecher Tzaddik L'Vracha, who said that there's no such a thing as a secret. Once you tell it to one person, the chances are someone else is going to hear about it. The only difference is that a secret you say to one person at a time, as opposed to something which is not a secret, you say to many people at a time. But if something is a secret, you don't say it to anyone. It took all of 10 minutes for Rav Shaul to find out what the king wants to do. Give out! My son, Menachem, are in trouble, what do we do? When Menachem heard the plan, Menachem began to shiver. What do we do? What do we do? I have to think. According to the Polish constitution, if you were once married, you cannot marry the princess. But I was never married. We're going to marry you off. But he may be coming within the hour. We need a real quick schachter. They summoned someone. He said, you want me to find you a shidduch? I get married within the hour? That's impossible. Please, someone do something for us. Somebody came running. I have a plan. They traveled to the distant part of town. And they entered into a small shack. And there was a woman there that was dying. And the Chaver Kedisha stood around. They lit candles. She was about to pass away. Rav Shaul came in. He bent down over her bed and said, what is your name? Malka. Do you want to do one more mitzvah before you go up to the Yolam HaEmes? You can save my son. What? She said. What? Can you please marry him? Everyone said, what? Under these circumstances? She said, wait. Let me do one more mitzvah. Please. And the strangest thing, they put up 4 poles and they set up a chuppah. And he put the ring on her finger. And the Chaver Kedisha looked down and he walked out. The king showed up and he said, Rav Shaul, I have this fantastic idea. Your son will marry my daughter, the princess. And Rav Shaul said, if you only would have told me about this. Oh, I can't believe this. He's married. When did he get married? Oh, just a few minutes ago. The king understood. There was really nothing he can do about it. So he had to find himself a different son-in-law. Life went on. 3 years passes by. Rav Shaul is in his office. He's working very late. Oh, I am so tired. The butler comes in. Sir? Yes. There's a woman outside. She wants to come in. To collect tzedakah. Tell her we have hours. If it's an emergency, I have a special gabbai tzedakah that can speak to her and take care of her needs. She insists on coming in. Can you please tell her what I just said? But she claims that she's what? That she's your daughter-in-law. I have heard all sorts of excuses for people wanting to come in over here, but this is absolutely, send her in. Listen, if you need tzedakah, say you need tzedakah. Please don't try to... I didn't say I need tzedakah, said the woman. Then what are you trying to pull tricks? No tricks. I am your daughter-in-law. You're who? Don't you remember? Your son put the ring on my finger 3 years ago. Wait, but what? But you're, I'm supposed to be dead. No, chas v'sholom. You're not going to believe this. Well, the doctors gave up on me. But when I made up to do that mitzvah the last minute, it saved my life. You're what? I'm so happy. Well, now, I'm ready, I'm healthy, I'm ready to move in. You ready to move in? Oh boy. He called in his son. What's the commotion? See this woman? Yeah. She's your wife. What? Oh, hello. Listen. What's your name again? Malka? You understand that the whole purpose of the marriage was just for, right? So we're going to call in a bezdin, we're going to give you a get, and I'm going to give you a lot of money to help your family. I want to speak to my husband. You want to what? I want to speak to my husband. Yes. Why did you say no to the princess? I'm a Jew. I'm not going to turn my whole life around. I'm loyal to what I believe in. So do you believe in Hashem or not? Of course I believe in Hashem. But why don't you believe that if Hashem arranged for us to get married, then I'm your wife? Well, I only married you because, wait a second, but there's a hashgacha that led up to it. No? Well, yes. So do you believe or don't you believe? But yichus. I also have yichus. I also come from a royal lineage. My uncle is the famous Ramah, the rabbi of Krakow. But money? Someone just offered me a lot of money. Father, what do we do? Let's go to her uncle and ask her. Ask him. Huh? And they traveled to Krakow. And she stated her case. Are you going to hurt me? Are you going to throw me away? After the last moment that I thought I was on this world? No. Father, I can't embarrass her. Sholville swallowed hard. He said, my son, she is 15 years older than you. I can't hurt her. My son, but I was hoping that it would be a great lineage, a great dynasty. I can't hurt her. I can't. They turned to the Ramah. And the Ramah said, if you marry her, I promise you there will be great generations. I agree. I will not hurt her feelings. No, not after what she did for me. They redid the chuppah. The Ramah said I should take on the last name Te'umim. Te'umim means twins. Even though the girls get married. And he promised that Malchus will come out from this family. They had a girl, and this girl got married to a man who took on the name Te'umim, and she had 12 sets of twins. Te'umim means twins. The name Te'umim, you should know, produced the greatest Rabbonim and Go'inim in Klal Yisrael. There hardly is a great Goin and a tzaddik that isn't related to someone from the Te'umim family. Rav Shaul Veil's son had his chance. There's one chance that you have and I have. Am I going to hurt this person? Am I going to be careful what I say? Am I going to sacrifice myself and risk my life to make sure that someone is accepted and he feels good? And if you pass that test, then there is a golden dynasty that comes from you. And if you fail the test, we have to go back to square one. And that's why we're waiting so long for Mashiach. Because so many of us have failed the test. Remember, as soon as everyone passes their test, then Malchus is going to be born. The Melech HaMashiach will be here. Let's not wait any longer. And let's be careful. Because the next time you have a test of whether you hurt someone or not, remember, this is your chance.